Okay, today we're going to do some pastrami. Is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take a corned beef that you get from the store, and inside here you can see that I have put in a tablespoon of coriander seeds. Just plain old coriander seeds, whole, just like you get from the store. And I've ground them up because this is what we're going to make our rub with. So, you grind up 1 tablespoon of that. Then you add to it 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, which is already ground up. So 2 tablespoons of that, and 2 tablespoons of plain black pepper. And that is what will be the rub for the pastrami. This is a very, very simple recipe, but it's very, very good. And we're doing this the night before to let it sit overnight. And it is 10 to 12, so it will be sitting about 12 hours. Now, the next thing that you want to do is you want to take just your regular corned beef that we've got right here. Alright? Cut it open. After you get it out of the package, make sure that you save your corning and just rinse it off real quick. And get a couple paper towels, or the last of the paper towels, and just dry it off. Just like that. Get you a good cutting board and bring it over to your work area. Okay, the next step, I always like to have these little disposable gloves. You can buy them 500 in a carton at Sam's. And what we're going to do is we're going to trim the excess fat off of the brisket. Because we want pastrami, we don't want a bunch of fat. So, take a good sharp knife and just trim part of this fat that you see. And it'll almost trim itself. Now, you don't want to take all of it off, but you want to get some of it off because you don't want that big layer. Make sure that you use a nice sharp knife, and for goodness sakes, be careful because you don't want to cut yourself. Okay. As you can see, I'm just slightly going across the flesh and just getting just the top layer of the fat cap. Next, I'm going to take one of the greatest little appliances. It's a Denny, and all this does, it's a restaurant quality meat tenderizer. When you press down on the meat, it tenderizes it really, really quick. Okay, now, next thing we will do is take this mustard-based barbecue sauce. This is Maurice's. You get it in South Carolina. And instead of just using a plain mustard rub, this is a sweet mustard Carolina barbecue sauce that just gives it an extra little layer of flavor. So what you want to do is you want to rub this mustard slather all over this brisket. And it's okay to mop it up on the board. The board's clean, the brisket's clean, perfectly okay. Now, since your gloves are full of mustard, best thing to do is take the gloves off, get you another pair. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is take our rub that we prepared, and we're going to put this all over the corned beef. And whatever's left on the board, you can just pick it up, place it on the brisket. And this is kind of a messy, this gets a little messy. It's not as messy as it looks, but it's an awful lot of fun. Make sure that you use all of your spice. And then we will transfer that over to saran wrap, and what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this and let it set overnight for 12 hours to kind of just let everything melt together. Now that is securely wrapped, we'll turn it over and we will let that set for tomorrow when we put it on the smoker.